Hey guys, and welcome to the J&K show. We're going to do the Thursday night football recap and reaction from last night. We're also going to do our predictions for this Sunday. Last week, I crushed him. I got all three of our differences correct. He's been wearing masks week in and week out, so we'll see if he can catch back up on the whole prediction thing, because so far he has not started off too hot at all.
I'm totally ass when it comes to projections, and I can't get it with it, man. This is not my start that I wanted.
That's all right. But there is still time. We still have a lot of football left. So we're going to get into it with the Thursday night football game. I don't think this went the way I predicted last night. Did you
Nope.
think that was going to
No,
go that way?
I didn't think it. I didn't think that the Rams were going to blow the 49ers out, but I did not see. I mean, Mac Jones play as good as he did. Wow. Rex Ryan owes Dan Orlovsky a fucking apology.
Oh,
like hardcore
he said
bad.
Rex Ryan.
So
Fun fact, real quick. Rex Ryan also recently told Shadur that he did not want to hear a third string quarterback talking. And Shadur shot a video in the locker room when the reporters were asking him questions. And they were like, "Hey, Shadur, what do you think about this?" And his response was, and that's all he said to every question. Let's all troll Rex Ryan right now.
Let's do it. It's Rex Ryan week on the J&K show. Let's just give him as much BS as we can. That was nice. If I was Dan Orlovsky, I would be like, "Where you at, dude? Where you at?"
It's really funny when a talking head tells another talking head to stop being a talking head, and then they get completely trolled. I just feel like, man, karma is accurate, quick, and swift. Like, I love it.
Yep.
Like she should not be saying nothing, and I love that Orlovsky, he got receipts. He's like, let's see here.
Yeah, poor Dano. He's the butt end of a lot of jokes. You know, he gets a lot of flack, you know, especially from McAfee. Of course, when you drop ass on the show, he's gonna make fun of you a little bit. But yeah, it was good to see him get a win.
Awesome. So yeah, anyway, back to the Ram game. They started off pretty poorly. It was 14-0 for the 49ers to start the game. I was like, man, the Rams are supposed to win this game, I feel like. But they did come back. They did come back. It was like 20-20 late in the game. It was actually a really good game.
Yeah, it was very good, very entertaining. Usually the Thursday games, for whatever reason, they're all mostly divisional matchups, and a lot of them are slow or one-sided. One team's just booty, and then the other team's just on fire. But last night it looked like it was going to head that way really fast. With San Francisco started out just unstoppable, and then I didn't think Mac Jones was going to be as good as he was. He probably should be starting somewhere. But a lot of the people, a lot of people are going to be like, well, it's the system. It's the system. Well,
true.
Okay, yeah, it's the system, but how many teams out there run a Shanahan type of system that he could easily guide? So I mean, he's gotten a lot of shit over his career so far, but he's finally in a spot where he can show that, hey, I'm not just a game manager. I can go out and I can make all the throws that you need me to do. And they didn't have Jawan Johnson. They didn't have George Kittle. Ayuk's still out.
He did not throw to a Pro Bowler that wasn't a running back yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, holy crap, doing pretty good. And then Tongas came up. He had a touchdown grab again. So 49ers, man, they get 100% healthy. They could be dangerous. Yeah, they may be having without Bosa the rest of the year, but I mean, holy crap. They've got something going there.
I agree. Obviously, Mac Jones, people should be calling San Francisco. If Purdy gets right, which he's going to have 10 days from this game, he just played the last game. So as long as he only aggravated a slight bit, he might be full go now. But for the 49ers, do you want to be Purdy or do you want to go Mac? Because Mac Jones was fantastic. The 49ers and the Rams, they both had 27 first downs each. The offenses were being careful, meticulous. They were just 4 or 5 yards if we have to. That's how we're going to get down the field. Mac Jones was great. And 11 drives, to 10 drives. They win the game at the end with a field goal because they had the extra possession over the Rams. It's
Yeah.
pretty unbelievable to think that they just had one more drive. That was all they. Everything else was so similar.
Right. I mean, it's a slugfest, man. You like to see that stuff. And when the hell did Kendrick Bourne get there?
Kendrick Bourne stole the
I
talent
mean,
from the other NFL players.
oh
And
wow,
Antonio Brown style because he's like 84. I'm like, who is that?
yeah, like holy crap, man. He I mean, damn, 10 catches, Jesus. Yeah, you expect some of the other guys to eat when you have that many injuries, but gee whiz, I didn't see him getting all that. But yeah, McCaffrey had quite a few catches, but he always does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that whole 49ers, their whole approach, their attack was holy crap, it was impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
to do all that with him through all the injuries and everything, how do you stop it? I mean, they could be one of those teams that just they may be a mass unit, kind of like Detroit was last year. They
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of injuries, but they keep winning fucking games. And it's like,
Yes.
what can you do about it? And it's
How?
not even like the Rams played like crap either. I mean, the
No.
first quarter was crap, yeah, but they overcame all that stuff. Corum fumbled, and then Williams had a crucial fumble. But
Shoo.
bless you, buddy.
Always.
But but I mean, Stafford throws for almost 400 yards, picked up right where he left off against us, and holy crap! I mean, both of these teams are going to go somewhere. And this is going to be between the two of them, I think, for the division, and it could even be between the two of them for the NFC.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Uh, I thought it was really big when the Rams went down and got their touchdown. The 49ers found enough time to get down there and get a field goal before the half. And
Yeah,
shout out to Eddie Pinheiro. What a clutch 58
yeah,
yard field goal. I might even said 59.
yeah.
It
The
was a
primo
long.
man, he got it. He got in there.
And that one that went, what was it? There was a little bit of a doink. Dude, I don't think there's a magnet in the ball because it would have definitely stuck. That graze where it was flying past the upright and it just kind
Yeah,
of barely ricocheted, I'm like, it would have for sure stuck.
yeah.
Magnet
Well,
pulling.
it's not.
So
It's not like the magnet is turned on the whole entire time.
I know.
But when it's starting to veer off, turn it on.
Oh, you
That's when
think
you
they
get
can?
that wicked movement.
Do you
That's when
think
you
they
get
can
that
turn
knuckleball.
what do they call that? The refraction on, where they could push it all
Mm,
away from the upright as
yeah.
well as yeah, maybe
Uh huh.
I could see that, but the doinks wouldn't be as likely.
Okay.
So
I
anyway,
just want I just want to put an asterisk right here. I don't really think that. I don't
okay,
think that's going on. I just kind of like to pour a little bit of water on the conspiracy plant and watch it grow just a little bit.
okay, all right, just to make sure. Um, Back to what you were talking about with the fumbles. Corum's fumble was, ouch. The Kyron
Yeah.
Williams fumble, I just have to point it out, and we're gonna, if you look down here, because I will have it on there, he got punched in the face.
Yeah.
The
Poor
big
guy.
defensive lineman, he swings down and punched him right in the face and then hit the
Hmm.
ball. And I'm
Yeah.
like, in a different circumstance, there's absolutely a foul. So are we allowed to punch as long as you go for the ball? Like, it doesn't matter
Yes.
if you punch him in the face?
Yes. And I think that should be the way it is. If you're going to punch towards the ball, if you're throwing a freaking wild haymaker,
It
then
was,
okay, then you're being egregious. But
it
if
was
you're like
awfully
punching towards the
egregious.
ball, but what are you going to do when his head's going down and he's getting ready to plow through the line? You're going for the ball.
You're
You
going to
misjudge by a little bit.
punch like that and
Yeah.
not like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when you throw
So
that overhand.
I think that Kyron Williams, he may not admit it or not, but I think he fumbled because he got knocked the fuck out.
He might have.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Poor
saying.
guy.
That's pretty. And
But
on the 1 yard line, which is like, how many 1 yard line fumbles have we seen in the last few weeks? There's been an alarming amount of fumbles. Like, defensive linemen, they're in their heads like, this is our only way. They're not saying let's stuff them. They're saying let's get that ball
get that
on the
ball.
1 yard line.
Yeah. You're seeing the D linemen start to get that peanut punch mentality.
Yeah.
And The coaches will tell you we've seen too many goal line fumbles,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, shit, it makes for interesting football, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the fat boys down there start to go for punches, and you better hope that they hit the ball because if they hit your arm, it might break it. If they hit you in the balls, it's gonna hurt
How do
really bad.
you how do you stop a 290-pound lineman punching the ball? Peanut Tillman did what he did at like 225, and he's like a
Mm-hmm.
detective, like special agent now and stuff. Like he's a brick,
Mm-hmm.
right? These
Yeah.
guys are 290, 320 pounds. How do you stop these punches from not knocking the ball out? Who has enough ball security to have someone punch as hard as they can and it not knock it out? Honestly, running backs, it's like there might not be anything you can do. You're gonna have to like swallow the ball with your body
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah. And
prevent
if I
that.
was a coach, that's what I'd be telling them. Both hands, especially on the goal line, both arms over that ball, put your head down, Mike Allstott style, and just plow through that line.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I think the Rams also after when they started overtime, they tie the game with that field goal. You're like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have overtime. He whiffs the kickoff and kicks it short of the 20-yard line, which gives them the ball on the 40-yard line. I'm like, you did not just do that. Like, there's a meme out there like, tell me you did not just do that,
Mm-hmm.
Samuel
I
Elson.
don't, man. I don't know. I'm on the fence when it comes to that rule. I don't like it. Like if it's between the 20 and the goal line, like I okay, fine, but you're trying to squib it a little bit to kind of make them mishandle the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna kick it low, you're gonna kick it weird. But I just man that whole if it bounces before the 20, it goes to the 40. I don't like it. It's just that part of it anyway. It just seems like an unfair advantage, but
Yeah,
it's a rule. You gotta abide by it. There's nothing you can do about it now. But
yeah. I think
maybe
it's
look at that a little bit. They've almost got the kickoff perfect,
yes.
almost. But that I think needs to be tweaked a little bit. Maybe not the 40. Maybe give it to them at the 30, like they do if it goes out of the end zone. But I don't know. The 40 seems to be a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think that it's just about right because where they're lined up at, telling the guy that's kicking it off, like it is not hard to get the ball to land between the 20 and the goal line. Now it's a little bit like, oh, you got to kick it just right, but like you can't squib anymore where they're lined up. You just can't. A traditional squib, they just hit the players lined up. So you're not able to squib. Squib's
Yeah,
gone.
hashtag justice for the squib.
Oh,
It didn't do nothing wrong,
he
man.
knows he can't squib it. Why is he
Yeah.
kicking it weird in any way? Like what? There was no fear of any big returns in the game or anything. I don't know why he was kicking it weird anyway. If anything, for me, you should be kicking it up as high as you can and getting it to land in the zone
Yeah.
so that your guys are like right on there. Like you're wanting to get it up high and like right on the 3-yard line
Yeah.
so
Well,
that
I think
your guys can
the
pin and run.
there is. I mean, I can see why you would if you're going to start overtime. I could see why you would want to try to squib it a little bit because if you can get them to mishandle it and maybe fumble it and your guys recover, then you automatically end their possession and you can win it on a field.
I guess,
So
but
I can see them doing that and that being their reasoning. Then it would make sense to me. But if that's not what you're trying to do, then yeah, it makes no sense
yeah,
why you would want
I
to do
think
it.
it's overthinking a little bit. At that point, you're in the game, and
Coaches are overthinking every goddamn thing in the NFL now.
yeah,
I mean,
like
everything.
if you just get them to have a poor return and get them to go 3 and out, you flip the field. I don't
Mm-hmm.
really like how you're trying to get an edge on the kickoff to start overtime. All of the momentum has been evened out, but
Yeah.
regardless,
Well, they're
we
going to
got
try to find an advantage anywhere they can get it. That's
some
just how they
other
do it now.
stats I wanted to go with. The Rams had 2 turnovers. 49ers didn't have any. That's tough to win a game.
Hey,
Um,
it's almost like the Rams just won a goddamn game because of that
yeah, the Rams
karma.
ran the ball
Yeah,
better per carry, but yet ran it only 16 times and threw it
yeah, I didn't
46.
get that. Yeah, Matt Stafford's.
He was
You
great.
know, like again, he was
He
amazing,
was great.
amazing. I best gun. He's still the old school gunslinger guy.
God, he's still
I'm
got
always
it.
going to love Matt Stafford. I'm always going
Yes.
to be a fan of his no matter
Yes.
where he plays. But if you have him throwing damn near 50 times, dude, I get it. He gets 10 days off.
Yeah.
God, he's going to be goddamn sore.
Now
So he's probably waking
both
up
his
in the iron lung again today.
both his running backs fumbled. So I'm wondering if that plays a factor. But
Yeah.
then the last thing I was going to say, again, Stafford's cooking on 4th and 1 late in the game, and they run the ball with Kyron, and I'm like, why?
No.
Like, why are we doing that?
Mm-mm.
47-16, that being the 16th run of the game. Stafford's cooking. Both running backs have
Yep.
fumbled. Everything points to the pass, and it's like back to overthinking. Is that why you ran?
Yeah. I think
Because
that's exactly why they ran.
truly, don't you want the ball to go to Puka or Devontae Adams on that, or see if Atwell can go for a touchdown because of
Yeah.
the condensed nature of a 4th and 1? Why are you running the ball?
Yeah.
You haven't run
Yeah.
the ball all fucking game. You are 3-1 on passing. 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
45-15 basically. You've done it 3 out of 4 times you've passed the ball. Why are you running it after 2 fumbles? That's just stupid. I
Yeah.
felt. It's dumb.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's just an example of Sean McVay being too smart for himself.
like he was
There,
trying to set them up for that play. Like, we're gonna pass
yeah,
so much they won't expect the run or something. Like,
yeah.
ugh.
But I liked what they did earlier in the game in the second quarter when they had what was it, Jordan Winnington.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of had 2 zone read routes back to back, and they hit him. He was wide open on both, and they never went back to him after those.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well that's a scenario there where you could use one of those option routes, and he looked like he was figuring it out the whole time, and they weren't shadowing him. He
Yeah.
doesn't mean shit. They're gonna put everything that they have into Puka and Devontae and even Kyron coming out of the backfield, and it's one of those things where you want to throw like a short, real quick slant or something.
Yeah.
But I don't see why you're running, because they didn't have very much success on the ground. Like you said, they only ran it 16 times. So what the hell? I don't know what they're doing right there. I think you want to kind of stick with what's working, and what was working was Stafford to Puka. Like it's an every week thing.
Yeah.
But he still had 10 more goddamn catches. I think he's got 300 on the season already. So, yeah, I mean that's his average.
Yeah.
He's averaging about 10 catches every single game for around 100 yards, and he had 10 for 85 and a touchdown. Devontae Adams is one of the best short slant route runners too. I mean, he can get his body towards you. Puka's body is massive. He's got big ass hands. You throw it within 10 yards of him, he's going to catch the damn thing. So yeah, I think it was just them trying to be too smart. They were trying to catch Saleh off guard.
Yeah.
But he's kind of expecting that in the short yardage. So I would
But-
say maybe try to get him to jump, but then throw that quick slant or something right there
You
instead.
also, like you said earlier, zone read Whittington worked earlier. You got Tutu Atwell, 2 catches for like 80 freaking yards. So he's caught 2 bombs in the game already. You've got 2
Mhm.
solid tight ends. Davis Allen looking pretty good. You've even thrown 2 touchdowns to your running back, Kyron Williams.
Yep.
I don't understand the run on 4th and 1. Nothing about the game the scheme, the script, nothing called for a run. And it's like, that's why we did it. And I'm like, you lost.
Yeah, we outsmarted ourselves, and
That's
trying to outsmart the Niners,
with another
you outsmarted yourself.
350 plus yard game with 3 touchdowns, no picks. Stafford, when he's cooking, give him the damn ball.
Give him the damn ball.
Come
You brought him there for that reason.
Come on.
He may be a little bit past his prime years, but I mean, he's still got a cannon, and he can make any single throw that you want him to make, or he has to make. He can fit it in any window. So I think that was just a bonehead call, and I think McVay is one of those guys. He's going to learn from it. He probably won't make that mistake again. But in that position, but you got to think their whole scheme and their script of stuff probably went out the window in the first quarter after San Fran went up 14 real fast.
Maybe 14-0 kind of made them a little skittish on their play calling. I don't know. Last stat I noticed was the 49ers had the ball for 40 minutes. to the Rams 26 minutes.
Yeah, it was a slow drip.
And they both had 27 turnovers. So real or turnovers, sorry, first downs. So and then the Rams had their 2 turnovers. So I guess
Yeah.
the 2 turnovers really cost what they could have had from points and longer drives, because
Yeah.
the minute disparity really shows how the 49ers stayed consistent, even keel, solid the entire game. Kendrick Bourne first downs on third downs like crazy. You have to ask the question to finish this up, I would say, what do the 49ers do? Do they consider Mac or not? Because we've had this conversation with other guys, Mac or Purdy.
No, you can't. I mean, you cannot have that serious conversation right now, especially signing Purdy to that massive contract in the offseason. You can't do it. The only thing that you can hope to do is keep Mac Jones on your roster, maybe for at least this year. I don't know how long contract he signed. It might have just been a 1 year, but if you want to get something out of him, then by the trade deadline, you can move him somewhere to get maybe some first round picks or some other guys, some pieces that you're missing on defense or even on offense.
Mm-hmm.
You can move him for something like that, so that way you don't lose him for nothing at the end of the year. But right now, you have to play Brock Purdy if he's healthy. You can't do anything else other than that, because I don't think anybody else is going to look at this, especially with Mac Jones playing as good as he is in this same system. You can't look at that and say, "Well, we'll take on Brock Purdy's $50 million a year contract." Yeah, give him to us. That's just not going to happen.
I really think that you're already paying the guy. I don't know that it means you have to play him. It means that you have to keep him. I don't know that it means you have to play him. Mac Jones signed a 2-year, $8.5 million deal in March of this year. So
he's there for 2 years
next year.
Yeah, then you can keep him on the roster for the whole year then, and you don't have to worry about losing him in the offseason. Because Brock is struggling to stay on the field right now, then you absolutely keep Mac Jones for this year just in case. Absolutely. But going into next season, you will probably look to move him by the trade deadline in the 26th season, because, again, you're not going to get rid of Purdy with that contract. Nobody's going to want to take that on. And you don't want to put him on the bench paying him, what, 3 or 4 million a game? So you don't want to do that.
I get it. But, like, you're paying him injured right now. He's not playing right now.
Yeah, but he's got an excuse.
At some point, the 49ers have to admit to themselves a few things. One, they have a really good defense. Two, they're in a pretty good division. They're going to have to contend with the Rams, who they just beat. And they beat them with Mac Jones. And three, their level of injuries in San Francisco has been going for at least a decade now. They're one of the most bad luck injury teams I have seen in a long time, probably my whole life. And you have to admit that Purdy's toe might continue to bother him. And which quarterback is going to get best results with an injury-ridden team? You don't have Brandon Ayuk. Debo is gone. Your stars are Juwan Jennings, who's been banged up this entire year. Your Ricky Pearsall, who was out yesterday. You were playing with your third, fourth, fifth string guys. Typically, those other guys, Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson, Sky Moore. I don't even know if he did anything, and that was their third best receiver on the roster yesterday. And they have Christian McCaffrey lining up in the slot. So that tells you right there that they are as desperate as can be, but they just beat the Rams with Mac Jones. I just think they are going to be conscientious of who gives them the best chance to win. Because if you ask 49ers fans, they just want to win. I'm not saying trade Purdy. I'm not saying you have to bench him. What I'm saying is you're already paying him. Who's the best quarterback for you on Sunday?
Yeah, well, you definitely don't mind it right now, because it allows him to heal.
Yes,
it allows him to get his toe right, to get his shoulder right, or whatever. Take some extra time. Hey, if we think you're 2 weeks out, okay, take 2 more weeks, maybe even take 3 weeks just to make sure. Yes. But when he's 100%. He has to be on the field. He just has to be.
Knowing what we know now, should Purdy have played against the Jaguars?
Probably not.
No,
Probably not.
he could be
But
healthy and be ready if they had just been a little more like what you're saying, a little more patient. We have a good
yeah.
backup. We are going to play good football. Now that they
Mhm.
know that, they need to be uber patient. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. Yes, that maybe they should take their time. It
Mhm.
did look like they rushed him back, although he didn't look horrible. He had a couple bad turnovers, but overall they still had a chance to beat Jacksonville at the end of the game, as bad as they played.
Yes.
But I think right now, looking back, they definitely it looked like they rushed him back because it was supposed to be about a 3 or 4 week rest for him, but it was only two.
Correct.
And I think they did rush him back, and maybe it ended up being what caused him to play as bad as he did. But
Yep.
if you're Shanahan right now, I mean, I know Mac Jones got a little banged up last night, so you kind of want to see where he's at in the next couple days.
He was holding
Tough
that
son of
leg.
a bitch.
He was holding that leg like Peter Griffin.
Yeah, he pulled an old Baker, but he ran off that field.
Yes, he
But
did.
but yeah, you want to see where he's at. But I mean, he's a tough dude too.
Yes.
So he's used to getting his ass kicked when he was
Mhm.
in New England and that
Oh.
little bit he played in Jacksonville. But
Mhm.
I'm happy for the guy. I really am. I think he's showing the rest of the league right now that he can play quarterback. You just got to get somebody who can coach him up in a system that he can relate to and terminology that he knows. So
I
I
agree.
think he can go anywhere and be anywhere.
All right. Well, let's get on with our predictions for Sunday. Let's get Jay's gonna try to beat out Kay this time for the first time this season. He's gonna have to
No,
summon
don't
his.
you put that evil on me, Kevin.
So we'll start off. We've got another game overseas. This one's in London. Boo. Yeah, and it's not Jacksonville. So they are allowing other
I
teams
know.
to play there. We've got Minnesota at Cleveland. Jay, who do you have in this game?
Well, I'm gonna. Man, I don't know if I should, but I'm going to. I'm going to go Minnesota because they're not going to be jet lagged.
Okay.
They're not starting a brand new rookie quarterback in his first game in London.
Yep.
Um, they're already used to it over there. They're used to the time. They're used to, the weather, the people, the food, everything. They've had a chance to adapt. They didn't go very far. They went from Ireland to London,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not too far. They're used to the facilities and everything. So I look for Minnesota. I mean, Cleveland's defense always travels. So um, I don't think it's going to be 40-7 or anything like that. But I do look for Minnesota to win it relatively easy. Maybe we'll go like 24-10.
Hmm. Ooh.
Ooh,
I disagree.
you son of a bitch.
I
You're
disagree.
going to pick Dylan Gabriel to win his first start overseas?
Yes. And the reason why is because didn't Dart just do it against the Chargers? We'll
Yeah,
just
but he did it at home.
is Dylan Gabriel. Who cares? Dylan Gabriel is also from London. Look it up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, Cleveland's defense travels.
Look,
Yeah, I
you
know.
did this just
I
now.
I didn't. Minnesota, as good as their defense is, Pittsburgh did a lot with their running backs. Now, who has running backs? Cleveland, Quinshawn Judkins. I would say
Yeah.
they're going to run the ball better than Minnesota is going to run the ball against Cleveland. Cleveland shut down Derrick Henry a few weeks ago. They're not letting people run. So Minnesota's not going to have a run game. Also, Minnesota doesn't have an offensive line strong enough to keep Myles Garrett and company off of Carson Wentz. So Cleveland's going to have a good pass rush throughout the game. Minnesota does have better playmakers on the outside, but again, they don't have enough time to throw them the ball. Cleveland's going to play safe. They're going to do smart, educated things and take good opportunities when they get them. It's going to be a low scoring game, but Cleveland's probably going to win 17-14.
Well, thanks for disagreeing with me on this. This might be the easiest one I get.
We will see
It's
now.
not. I love parity in the NFL as much as
Yes.
the next guy,
Yeah.
but it's a really, really tall task to ask a rookie to come in, fly 1,000 miles over the Atlantic Ocean to go into London, eating that crap food that they have over there, and expect him to do anything positive with the ball. It's ridiculous. Is this
I
MTV Cribs?
I have to get up and move around because you're making me restless with this garbage.
Yeah. There we go.
I
I
don't
do
know
what I
what
can.
I had to get water actually. I don't know
Mm.
yeah, I don't know why you want to go against me and lose, but I am excited to see you wake up at 9:30 in the morning and
Mhm.
watch the London game go the way I want it to go. So,
I'm gonna be all over your ass, especially if it's a blowout.
well, like I said, I'm not exactly afraid.
Yeah.
Let's just go that
Yeah.
way.
I'm just playing the numbers here, dude. I'm usually, you know what? I'm doing what you would normally do
Uh-huh.
and saying, "Well, this is going to be a tall order for the kid. I don't know if I could see that happening." Now you're doing what I usually do and you're going with your gut and just saying, "I think he'll do it."
I'm pouring your tears into this bottle to drink. They're
I
freezing.
have never cried. I have never cried.
All right.
Too much testosterone in this guy.
Anyway, moving on to the next one. We'll see who we got for this one. I think we're gonna have a lot different this week. Uh
Yeah, we probably will.
Houston at Baltimore. Um I'm gonna stay consistent. If you remember
Hmm.
last week, everything I said about Baltimore, they can't stop anyone.
Hmm.
Houston is not Cleveland. Houston's looking for a get right game, just like Kansas City was, and they're progressing towards getting right. Last week they had some get right drives, not a lot of them, but a couple.
Yeah.
Houston's going to use this game to get right. Houston beats Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I also think Houston is going to win, but as bad as they looked last week in the first half against Tennessee, the longer the game went on, the better they seemed to get, and they seemed to settle in a little bit. I think at the beginning of the game they were a little bit too sure of themselves.
Yeah.
Thinking that okay, we got Tennessee coming in, they're not that good. We should probably put 35 or 40 on them,
They look like they
and they
played.
realized that Tennessee's defense is formidable. At least you're not just going to pounce and walk all over them all the game.
No, they're
They
not.
still got a good front seven, um, but I like that they settled down and they kind of just went back to basic things,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked. So I think they found their new running back in Woody. So I think he's going to be the focal point in the run game going forward. And maybe CJ can use that and they can get their play action to work. And then him and Nico can start doing what they always used to do. I don't think it's going to be a massive win. I don't see either team putting up more than 25 points, but I think it'll be like a 23 to 23-14, 23-17, something like that.
I agree.
But I
Yep.
agree. Houston wins.
Yep. All right. The next game, Miami at Carolina. And what you notice when you guys look at these games, there's parity and similarity within that. I mean, Thursday night division game, you got Minnesota, Cleveland, kind of good, kind of not, having some stuff. Baltimore, Houston, both 1-3, and now Miami, Carolina, both 1-3, and they've been talked about as the worst teams. It just continues the whole way down the list. Jay, who do you
Yeah.
have? Miami at Carolina.
I don't want to pick it, but
Oh,
Carolina seems to play better at home, like everybody does. But when they're on the road, they are terrible, um, and there's no urgency or nothing. They do play better at home, though. What I think, they're going to be without Chuba Hubbard, and I think Legette's still going to be out forever.
yep.
So I think Miami's going to be the more healthy team coming in. So I look for Miami to win.
Which
It
is
might be a little bit closer than people might think, but I think Miami will go into Carolina and get the win.
which is wild to say because Tyreek Hill's leg twisted like he was an action figure. So, and they're the more healthy
Oof.
team.
Yeah.
So, I agree though, and I will go into more in depth with Miami. I have a theory that sometimes there is an addition within a subtraction. And of course, they are better with Tyreek Hill, but they get something with him not on the field. They can play a more pro offense possibly and not be having to they're not trying to take shots as hard. They're playing within a 20-yard reference and just schematically doing better routes and stuff instead of sending guys deep a lot. I think Devin Ashane will actually be more part of the offense now. And then Waddle, I think he's just been begging for this kind of opportunity. He seemed to do really well last game. And who knows with Darren Waller? Obviously, I'm really not looking at that as being this big thing, but guys like Malik Washington and Westbrook Akeen, I'm like, these unsung heroes are the kind of guys that can get open for 3 or 4 catches, and you have Waddle as a number one. Sometimes the flow of your team can get better with the subtraction of somebody that maybe makes you better but makes it harder to score at times. So I think Miami is actually going to play well. They played well in New York, and I think they're going to play well again.
Yeah, and when you're missing a Tyreek Hill, you're also missing a diva.
I don't know.
So he's going to be one of those that you kind of force it to him just to kind of
Yeah.
keep him involved, and then it keeps telling him, hey, at least they're coming to me with the ball, and he doesn't complain. So while that's happening, none of the other guys are complaining. So now with him off the field, you have a lot of guys who are not selfish, who are going to be out and just get them the ball whenever you can, whenever they're open. I think Jalen Waddle, he has a potential for a breakout game.
I agree. I just think that Jalen Waddle is probably a more natural 1 than he is a 2. And I know that's weird, but when you look at it from an offensive standpoint, you have guys that line up at the X and the Y and the Z, with Z being your slot. And the X and the Y are really different in what they do, even though they're just on opposite sides. And I just think that when you go left tackle and right tackle, you're switching, going out left, and this guy's going to go right. And it's really hard to get them to change their everything opposite. And it changes the movement and your cuts and everything. For Waddle, he's always been a number 1, and then he's been second fiddle to Tyreek. And I just think he seemed ready to rise to the occasion, and I just like Miami better now. And I feel bad for saying that because I don't think Tyreek Hill was enough of a problem to be like, oh, finally they got him out of there or anything. No, he wasn't enough of a problem, but he was small enough of a problem to be a positive leaving or being injured. And it sucks to say that, but I can't help but see a different look to them. They looked different.
Yeah, he wasn't a he hadn't been a problem yet. It hadn't been long enough for him to turn into one. But I think you could see some of his, mannerisms on the sidelines when drives would stall, and you could see it brewing.
Yes.
So maybe, I don't want to say it like this, but I mean, maybe an injury or something that keeps him from being on the field can actually be a humbling thing for both him and the other teammates to be like, hey, now's my chance to do something and show that we can do this.
And I don't want to be that guy, but there are people out there talking about his mannerism when he was on the cart. And a lot of people are interpreting that he was happy that he was injured because, he was smiling and very, very enthusiastic, and people were trying to say he's happy, he knows he's going to be out of Miami now, he doesn't have to play for this bad team now, he doesn't have to play with Tua now. And you read into that, and you're really lowering his character. He hasn't been enough of a diva to warrant that level of bad character, so that's tough. But obviously it is a little hard to explain his level of enthusiasm with his leg pointed the other direction. I don't know.
He may have been happy on the cart, but after that, he's probably going to be like Red from Friday. I mean, he's going to cry in the car. But
I don't know.
Tyreek's probably one of those guys. I mean, we've got friends who are like that too.
Uber positive.
No matter what the situation is, it's like hyping himself up. This isn't going to be as bad as everybody thinks. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me or whatever. But yeah, when he gets into the hospital room, he's like, red butt.
All right. Our next game we've got is the Raiders at Colts.
The Raiders.
I think we both know how we're going to go. I think we're both going with the Colts. I mean, come on. And that's not to disrespect the Raiders. Obviously, they absolutely could beat us, but I definitely think we're playing a much better brand of football at this point. Our quarterback is playing better. Our running back has been playing better. Our defense has been playing better.
Yeah.
It's just the whole thing. Hopefully, we don't shit the bed. This is definitely a game that we are supposed to get.
Yeah. Definitely going to should be getting it. And then just by what's been going on this season already, you can almost expect Gino to give us two gifts. He's very careless with the ball, and if we can stop their run game like everybody else has, then I don't see that being a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But Janty does need to be focused on because he's now a threat to come out of the backfield as well for passes.
Yeah.
So I think getting Gonzalez back on the line will be big. I think we're still going to be without Kenny.
Kenny Mo.
But Kenny Mo is still going to be out for a couple more weeks. But
might get Pierce.
Getting a couple of our guys back. Yeah, Piercy coming back will be huge. So, I think that we should win pretty soundly. I probably, if I were to guess the score, I would say 31-17.
Yeah. Real quick, if Geno Smith is a starter, what in the world are you doing? If Geno Smith is a starter for almost the whole season, would you pick him to lead the league in interceptions?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I think it's trending with that way for sure. A lot of other quarterbacks that play 15 games, they're just being way more careful with the ball. I mean, he's just
I don't know if he'll get to the Jameis Winston 30-30 club.
Yeah.
But he'll get close unless Pete Carroll says, you know what, I've seen enough. And but I don't think they don't have anybody to go back to really that you would want to play in front of Geno right now.
Right.
But if he keeps costing them games and he keeps turning the ball over like he is, I wouldn't surprise me to see Aiden O'Connell come in, at least for a little bit. But I mean, we've seen him, but we've also seen Geno Smith. So if he's going to be throwing 2 or 3 interceptions every game or every other game, you can't have that.
Yeah, I get it. All right. The next game we have are the Giants at the Saints. Again, 2 teams right towards the bottom. Who do you got, Jay?
This is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Tough one, but I'm going to go G-Men. They're in New Orleans. It's a place where Jackson Dart is comfortable playing. For being down in Ole Miss, he's played in the Superdome a couple times. So I think he'll go down there. You have to go with the better defense, I think, here. So the Giants, I think, have a very underrated defense, especially their front 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be a really long day for Spencer Rattler there. He may get sacked 5 or 6 times. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be high scoring, but I think Dart will do just enough again to get them over the hurdle, and I think they'll get the win down there.
Okay, I disagree.
Go figure.
And I wanted to pick the Giants. I definitely did, but I don't want to be a Dart darling too aggressive at the beginning.
We were Dart darlings at the beginning of the year. We were saying go put him in.
I know.
Now you're going to abandon him?
I don't want to be I'm not abandoning him. What I'm doing is acknowledging how impressive New Orleans was against Buffalo last week. And I know the Giants beat the Chargers, but again, that first game kind of luck almost, that lucky beginner's luck kind of. New Orleans is going to win a game at some point, and this is their opportunity. They're at home. They still have their guy. He's not a concussed or anything yet. Olave's still there. Neighbors is gone. And I know that they play a rougher game. Giants, Scatabo runs, and their defense looks good, the G-men. But at the end of the day, Dart did a lot of running around. He only completed like 13 of 21. There's not a lot of passes being completed. And for New Orleans, Spencer Rattler, he completed some balls last week. That was probably his best game he's played. Maybe his whole career in the NFL so far. Rattler played a couple last year. that might have been his best game so far in his career. And they're at home now, and they've got Kamara, and they've got guys that they're getting more and more comfortable. So I look for them to get their first win of the season. They're going to get a couple, right? So
Maybe, but I again, it's one of those you got to look. I think you have to pick the better defensive team here, and I think Rattler is going to be under a lot of pressure.
yeah,
They did lose. I think Ruiz went down last week. Their starting guard,
mm-hmm.
so that interior is going to be vulnerable, and you get Abdul Carter and Sexy Dexy going down there. I mean, it could get rough really fast, and those fat boys may be just at an all-you-can-eat buffet next week.
They
So,
might eat too much jambalaya. We'll see.
wow, you got spicy jambalaya, but that power you enough through a week.
All
But
right.
yeah, you go down Neighbors, and of course he's going to be. They're going to miss him. That's obvious. But you can't lose fact you got Wandale Robinson still. You've still got Darius Slayton who knows what to do. I mean, Scadaboo's coming up. I mean, they still got guys.
I will
So
I will warn you. Last week you missed all three of our differences. You picked the road
mm-hmm.
teams. You're
Yeah,
doing it again.
I'm gonna do it again, and hey, I'll fucking do it again.
You're doing it
I
again.
will.
All
I,
right.
I will do it again. I will do it again.
I will do it. All right, that's fine. Moving
Yeah.
on to the next game, we have the Cowboys versus the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother's team at home versus the Cowboys. Who you got?
I'm gonna go the Jets at home. I think they've been embarrassed enough.
Yeah.
Dallas's defense, I don't see them stopping anyone, and everybody has it's been true the last couple weeks. Play your fantasy people whenever they play Dallas.
Yeah.
They're gonna be productive. Justin Fields, I think he's gonna go crazy. Garrett Wilson probably will go crazy. Brees Hall will probably go crazy. So I don't think it's gonna be too one sided or anything like that. But
Like
Dallas's
maybe
defense
one
just can't
point.
stop anybody. It's gonna be it'll probably be high scoring. But Dak's still doing good. Dak's playing really well. But not having CD will be a problem. They'll probably have Sauce on Pickens, so he may be limited. So unless they can get Tolbert and Cavante Turpin going, I don't see Dallas. I don't see them winning. So I will actually go with the home team,
There you
and I
go.
will go with the Jets.
You might get one right. All right. I'm going
Maybe.
Dallas.
I'm good. You can't pick the road teams,
I was surprised you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is going to win, and I'll tell you why. Sauce Gardner is not good enough to stop Pickens. So, no, that's not going to happen.
Sure he is.
No, he's
Maybe
not.
not shut him down,
He doesn't
but
tackle. I don't know if you've been watching Sauce Gardner, but he's not A1
he's had
sauce.
he's had a
just
tough
like,
year.
he's that old fashioned barbecue. He's not a steak sauce yet. Okay.
It's not a steak
First
sauce.
of all, Dallas, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to run the ball better, in my opinion. Javonte Williams and them, I think they're going to run the ball better. Their defense is ass. I admit it. It's ass.
Yeah.
But the Jets' offense is still working kinks, and I wanted to pick them. I did. I wanted to pick them to win, but Dallas has played better offensively as a unit than I think the Jets have at times. And I just don't. I think Dallas will outscore them in a high game. I think that's what will happen.
It could.
37, 35 type of shit. It's going to be high scoring. Play your Jets. Play your Dallas Cowboys.
Play your Dallas Cowboys too. Yeah, by all means, play them.
So wow, but you picked the home team. I'm proud
Let
of
me
you.
let me. Okay, I got a hot take.
Okay.
Take here.
Okay.
Justin Fields will run for over 100 yards.
Woo. All right. We'll see.
Bookmark it so we can come back to this point next week when he only runs for 38.
All righty. The next game we have, which is kind of a good one, the Broncos at the Eagles. Kind of gross, but
Yeah.
I think I'm going to predict both of us. We will be picking the Eagles until we see something, right? So I'm picking Eagles to win this game.
Yeah. I'm not going to jump all over the Broncos' dick just because they made an embarrassment out of Cincinnati on
because
Monday
they
night. It's
didn't.
not. Maybe that could have been their get right game
Good.
because they did, but I mean, still, Bo Nix threw the ball way too many times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've seen Philly win so many ways already this year. It's hard for me to sit there and think that they're not going to figure out another way to beat Denver.
It's hard.
It'll be a tough game, but I still think Philly will come out. And I look for AJ Brown to have a good game.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be tough. Sertan it's like it lines up perfect with what I feel like continues to happen. Sertan's ankle has been bothering him, and you're starting to see that people are challenging him a little bit more. And like, what a moment for AJ Brown to get right and fuck Pat Sertan up in a big way.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it. I'm like, my God, like Philly's probably going to not only win the game, but AJ Brown's going to have himself a game. And they were talking about it. It's really about the first 15 on your script of what you've worked on in practice. And they get disgruntled the most when they don't really see the plan to get them the ball early. They get disgruntled, right? And so the plan lately hasn't been designing plays where it's like, yeah, hey, I think we're going to hit AJ on the slant on this play, or we're goading him into it. And he hasn't been getting those kind of calls to start games, and he gets them later on, maybe a couple here or there, nothing crazy. I think they're going to have like 6 plays in the first 15 where it's kind of designed to see if they can get AJ the ball. And I think he's going to show the hell out. That's my prediction. My hot take, AJ Brown plus 150.
Yeah, very well could be. I say look for him to be lined up in different spots too, not just on the outside left. Look for him to go in the slot. Look at him to be maybe right next to the tight end. Maybe even see him in the backfield a couple times. I mean, move him around and see what happens. I mean, keep him involved and keep the defense guessing.
And I could honestly see them getting him going. And then when you say bring him in the backfield, he goes behind Jalen and Jalen flips it to him. And then A.J. Brown throws a touchdown to freaking Devontae Smith because it's like when you're just ahead of the curve, when you're just dialing up stuff that they're not expecting, it feels like the kind of game that they're going to do that.
Absolutely right.
Another problem for Denver is Cincinnati is not Philadelphia. And sometimes that's a bad timing thing. Like if the Colts crush the Raiders, I wouldn't want to be playing Philadelphia next week because it's just so different of a team to play, such a different just gridiron toughness. Denver beat crushing Bengals. Good job. You did good. You got right. But this is the champions.
You go from being so happy you won on Monday, and then you go to Philly. Oh no, we suck again. But Philly's a different breed, man. They're built solid, man. They have such a good roster, and that front four. I'm saying, I don't know if they'll be able to do anything on those guys. So Bo Nix might have a really long day.
Right. Okay. The next game we've got is Tennessee at Arizona.
Arizona next.
I agree. We don't need to spend any time on it. Unfortunately, Arizona's defense is good, and I know they're down
That's
on.
All you can say.
They're
That's
down.
all you can say.
It doesn't matter. Sorry.
Doesn't really say. Poor Cam Ward, but I want to root for the kids so bad.
They're ass.
But as much as people may give him shit for that, I'm actually glad to see it. You don't get a rookie quarterback to get up there in front of the world and say, man, if I'm going to admit it, we're ass. Yeah. He's got veterans on that team who've been playing a while, who've been playing a lot longer than he has. And for him to get up there and to say that in front of the cameras and everybody, it shows that he is the leader of that team.
Yes.
And if he wasn't before, he is now. Because now him going out and saying that, he's got to now go out and prove that he can get some things done and he can do enough for those guys to win. Right? But I did like seeing that.
Yeah, me too. I had someone actually tell me he shouldn't have said that we are playing like ass or that we are ass. He should have said that he is ass and take ownership. And I'm like,
nope.
Shut the fuck
up.
No,
of course he's an ass. He's a rookie. He's supposed to be bad going into the first year. But the thing is, he hasn't been playing bad. It's Cam Ward is not the reason that they've lost these games.
No.
The defense is, you can put it on the defense, you can put it on the penalties. So he's not the reason they're losing.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on, Tampa Bay at Seattle. Another tough game, both 3-1. I thought back and forth. I like me some Tampa Bay and I like me some Seattle. I'm going Seattle on this one. I don't like that Bucky Irving is going to be out. I don't like that Mike Evans is still out. I like Seattle's toughness, their defense, their balanced offensive attack. I think they'll play a crisper game, and it won't be as hard to play as it will be for Tampa. Tampa will have to try twice as hard to do things at times, and Ibuka can't save you every week. Godwin would have to show up. Too many things going on. I think I got to take Seattle at home.
Well, here's a shocker to absolutely no one. I'm going to go Tampa.
Oh!
Just because, yeah, Bucky Irving being out is going to hurt. But don't forget, Rachaad White's still there.
Yeah.
Rachaad White is still a viable back, and he's probably going to get a lot of touches. So, Ibuka, you might say, he's not going to be able to do everything all the time. But no, he's going to get his. But you look for a Godwin to step up. You look for a Sterling Shepard to step up. K. Dotton to come up, make some grabs. So Baker's just been playing too good this year, man. He hasn't been doing anything egregious or making bad throws or bad decisions with the ball. So Seattle's one of those places that if you can get up there and get the crowd out of the game early, then you got a really good chance to win. And I think if Tampa can get off to a really quick start, then I think they can absolutely win. And I think that they're going to win. And that defense is going to be up on Sam Darnold. So if you can get him rattled and get him seeing ghosts, then he can be out of the game as well. So I don't think it's like such a cut and dry kind of prediction, but I do see Tampa going up and winning probably by 7 to 10 points.
I think that maybe Seattle has the second best defense in the NFL behind maybe like Philly. So that's why I just have to pick Seattle. I could be wrong. I'll be watching this game closely. If Baker can dice them up, then I'll have to move them back a little and be like, maybe like the 8th best defense or the 10th best defense. But I kind of think they're the second best defense in football.
And they could be. I don't think so, but
yeah,
I'm not going to beat you up too much about it because you're wrong. But
we'll see when I mean, the track history speaks for itself. You've gotten 1 right out of 6 ahead against me so far. So
hey, that's all right. You can keep living in the past. It's fine.
I'm gonna
keep playing for the future, bud.
All right. The next game we've got the Detroit Lions at Cincinnati. Well, on 3.
This is gonna be ugly. Ugly.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Lions.
Bengals. No. You're not gonna get me into that. No, I think it's Detroit, and it could be fucking ugly. It could be a Bears repeat.
To 10.
They could absolutely put up 50 again.
Yeah.
And Jared Goff may not play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nothing. There's nothing to make me want to pick Cincinnati for anything. I mean, just nothing. Even with Jamar Chase on the field, doesn't scare me.
We're seeing Cincinnati as I can't remember what year it was exactly. I want to say it was the 12 Colts, the 11 Colts.
2011, yeah.
We see the guy go down with all of the possibilities, and you find out the defense is really bad, that the offense can't move or block for a backup, and you get the shit kicked out of you the whole year.
Yep, the Kerry Collins, Curtis Painter, Dan Orlovsky Colts. But
bold take. We don't see Joe Burrow again this year.
Don't see why. Yep. Just keep him out.
We just
keep him out.
And it really sucks because he's awesome. But yeah, he's not going to play another down this year.
Yep. And you may not see Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. Maybe. You never know.
Maybe.
Never know.
I wouldn't go that far. But other guys, he may not throw to some other guys again. That's also a possibility.
Yeah.
So
true.
All right. Washington at Chargers. Jaden Daniels set to make his return in Washington. This game could be really good. Who do you got in this game?
It's at Washington.
It's at the Chargers. So
At Char-
Washington is going west.
Woo! SoFi gets 2 games in 1 week. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this I would go back and forth, but I mean, I'm probably going to go with the Commanders. Just to just because it's going to be a home game for them. It's going to be a home game for them. And you've seen the last couple games without him, they didn't really miss out on much, and it wasn't really terrible.
Yeah.
They didn't look bad. Yeah, they're not going to have McLaurin, but I mean, Luke McCaffrey's coming out of fucking nowhere. Debo's still doing Debo things, and I don't see really anything coming out of it that would be particularly bad. But I do think Jaden Daniels is one of those guys that will make probably 5 or 6 plays that nobody else will. That will either win them the game or at least keep them within distance.
I agree.
So I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Washington can absolutely go there and beat them.
I think out of all of the road ones that you picked, this one has the best chance of being right, in my opinion, because Washington can be, we've seen what they've been with Daniels. But I'm going with the Chargers. They just lost the game. I feel like Harbaugh is a bounce back kind of coach. I expect them to get right and do a better job of moving the football and putting up points. I think for Washington, if you're not getting McLaurin back, you're still going to be a little bit hurt. Debo is also questionable. If you're ending up with just Luke McCaffrey as one of your guys, I think that could spell a problem. I just like the Chargers. If the Chargers are undefeated, then I'm like, they might drop one. They're going to lose one eventually. But the fact that they just lost to the Giants, I'm not. I think they're going to take care of this one. I think they'll get it.
They might, but I think the Giants may have exposed some to them. They're on their third string left tackle, so that line is a little bit banged up. It might be a little bit hard for them to protect Herbert as long as they need to.
Yeah.
That's what makes me want to think that Washington's going to win, because they can generate that pass rush.
Yeah.
And Herbert, I know he can run, but I just don't think that he's going to be able to sustain all, the 300-yard games with your third string left tackle and kind of a banged up offensive line. So unless they get Hampton, if they can run block really good with a third string left tackle, then that may make me change my pick. But I mean, I don't see that happening. I think Washington will be in the backfield getting on Herbert most of the day.
My last reason I would pick Chargers is Washington is traveling, and 3 hours, having to start 3 hours earlier too. On top of it, going West Coast. So yeah, Chargers.
Okay.
All right. And the Sunday night football game, we have the Patriots at Buffalo Bills. I think that the Patriots can beat Buffalo. I think they play a brand of football that can muddy things up, and I think they can make it real sloppy and all that. But the weather, they're in Buffalo. Not this game. I'm picking Buffalo.
If it was in Gillette, you might give them a little bit of a home
If
field.
it was December,
twist,
right?
yeah.
Later on.
Well, between the Patriots and Bills, I really don't think it matters if it's cold or if it's snowy or whatever. Those two teams are used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would give the edge to Buffalo.
I just say it muddies the waters. Like fumbles that can occur, little weird things just because it could help a team. Yeah. Things like that.
Yeah, and New England special teams, don't ever count them out. Those guys that's a unit that can make a difference. But I just seeing Buffalo go through some adversity that they've had to go through this year so far, and they found ways to get around it and through it, and they've come out on top in every other game anyway. So it might be a little bit tight in the beginning, but I think with Josh Allen, James Cook rolling, I don't see New England going in there and winning, especially on a primetime, globally televised game.
Yeah, I agree. Our Monday night game, we have.
There's only one.
There's only one, which is better.
Thank God.
This game is actually really interesting.
Potential, yeah.
Chiefs at Jaguars. Who
Who
do
would
you
have thought?
got? Who do you got? The team that has the best turnover ratio in football hosting the Chiefs.
I think there we go again. Kansas City.
Yep.
I think they're more on track now.
Yep.
Um, you saw what they're supposed to be against Baltimore. Now, granted, Baltimore's defense is nowhere near Jacksonville's defense, but I think having Xavier Worthy in there does something to open up things for everybody else. You never know what he's going to do. He can come around on an in around. He can line up in the backfield. He can go deep.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make sure you know where he is at all times, which will only open it up for Smith Schuster more. We'll only open it up maybe for the run game to get going. We'll get Kelsey probably more involved. Um, so, I mean, granted, yeah, Jacksonville's causing turnovers, but Mahomes isn't really somebody who's loose with the ball. He doesn't really turn it over very much.
Right.
So, if they're going to be dependent on turnovers, I don't think Kansas City's the team that's going to allow them to do that. So, they're going to have to make other plays, and they're going to have to actually rely on their offense to put up points, which I don't think that I don't think they're capable of keeping up scoring with Kansas City. So I will see Kansas City go into Duval and knock them down a peg.
For Jacksonville being 3-1, I think it is pretty apparent that the reason is their turnover ratio, because their offense is playing fairly well, but it's not amazing, but it's top half of the league. It's playing fairly well. And their defense is turning the people over like nuts, right? But they're playing a team that probably won't turn it over. That hurts a little. And the team that they're playing just played a great defensive game against one of the top offenses in the NFL. So now
Hit
it's
him
like,
with JB.
what are you going to do now? If you're Duval, what are you doing to win this game? What kind of plays are you making to win this game? It would have to be their defense actually slowing Kansas City down and making things harder, where it's sacks and pressure and stalling their drives on third downs and getting them off the field. If they do that, they have a chance to win. But also, Trevor Lawrence can't turn the ball over. And I just don't know if I trust him to not turn the ball over at least once. So because of that, I have to pick Kansas City. And really, I shouldn't be picking Kansas City because Jacksonville has played better for the year than Kansas City. But the matchup and the situation, how different a week can change everything. I have to go Kansas City.
I just don't see them. I don't see them knocking Kansas City off their peg. Really, I don't see them getting all the pressure on Patrick Mahomes or stopping. They rarely run the ball anyway. But maybe I do kind of see them maybe picking up that part of their offense, though. I think Kansas City may get back to running the ball this week.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you can't just scoff at Jacksonville's corners and their pass defense. It's prime. It's one of the elite passing defenses this year so far. But I just think with Worthy coming back, him being back in the lineup, I think that makes all the difference for him.
And I don't want to be that guy on the coaching, but something tells me that Reed Cohen is probably going to be aggressive because they're playing Patrick Mahomes and maybe make a call that's not right. Bold take.
Yeah, they're probably going to do some fourth downs.
Andy Reid versus Reed Cohen, rookie coach. I think that plays a huge factor. Not that Reed Cohen cannot lead that team to a double-digit win total for the season, but this particular game, it's like maybe they're just not ready to beat a Kansas City caliber team in this particular moment. If they had another 6 weeks to get things humming and make sure they have complete rhythm and work kinks and stuff out, they might have, but not this early in the year, and not after what we've seen from Kansas City.
Yeah, and they're going to be competitive. I don't have any doubt with that.
Yes.
But I just don't think that it's not the right time of the year right now for them to be able to do something like that. Like you said, if this was like a week 10 or week 11, then maybe I'd give them a little bit more of a chance. But and they say that Liam Cohen's got those illegal signals and everything, cheating.
Is it Reed Cohen or Liam Cohen?
Liam Cohen.
Someone on the comments last week said Reed Cohen or
Reed
Cowan.
Cohen. I don't know.
I thought it was Liam
But
Cohen also.
it is, yeah, it's Liam Cohen. So
Jags,
whoever that guy is.
he's an idiot.
Give us a subscribe.
It is Liam Cohen. I don't know who said Reed Cowan. I apologize to everyone. That guy really was wrong. Liam Cohen.
Yep.
Here they got me saying the wrong thing. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. See what happens when you listen to fans.
Anyway, please like and subscribe for more content. That is it for our predictions. Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh are all on bye this week. So we have 2 less games for week 5. All right. Well, thanks to you guys. Thanks to everyone for joining us and continuing to like our content. If there's anything you guys want to see from us, any segments or ideas that you're like, you know what, tackle this situation or this thing going on in this city, the rosters, whatever's going on. If you guys want us to tackle that, you just let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us and see you later.